we have to start with the news that everybody in South Africa is talking about. For once, you and your mom and your grandmother are all talking about the same story this morning. You know, on this show, we always say that South Africa is a movie. Well, right now, we might be living in a mafia movie, people. If what Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, KwaZulu-Natal's police commissioner, said yesterday is true, then we're not just living in any mafia movie, we're living in The Godfather. This is so serious, folks. And if you've been watching our show in the last month, you will know that this is just the latest bombshell of nuclear proportions from our security cluster. So right now, let's work through what we know about Mkhwanazi, Minister of Police Senzo Mchunu, Crime Intelligence Chief Dumisani Khumalo, National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola, the SANDF Special Forces soldiers who were arrested. Every single one of these stories is so huge and so serious that it would be national headline news in any normal country for a year. But in South Africa, all four are happening at once, and you've probably only heard of one of them. South Africa right now is a mafia movie, a cop thriller, a court drama, a murder mystery. It's too much, people. I'm half expecting Liam Neeson to land at Tambo Airport today. There's so much going on. Okay, let's start with yesterday, when KZN Police Commissioner Mkhwanazi held a press conference in camouflage gear for some reason, flanked by big men with big guns, and made some of the wildest allegations this country has ever heard. He claimed to have evidence that Minister of Police Senzo Mchunu was interfering to stop investigations into political killings because the KZN Political Killings Task Team from the police had unmasked, quote, a syndicate which involves politicians, law enforcement, SAPs, Metro Police, correctional services, prosecutors, judiciary, controlled by drug cartels and business people. That is everybody. That is the Godfather. That is the mafia. He's saying that a criminal syndicate controls politicians, police, prison services, prosecutors, judges. That's the entire justice system. That's all the people with government power. That's all the people with weapons and powers of state violence, guys. Mkhwanazi said that the police minister was shutting down the task team that had unmasked that syndicate. And that's just one of many claims that Mkhwanazi said he had evidence for. He also linked Police Minister Mchunu to controversial, dodgy, and crime-linked figures like Kat Matlala, who's in trouble right now for allegedly trying to assassinate his ex-girlfriend, and Brown, yeah, you didn't hear about that? Don't go on a date with Kat Matlala. And Brown Mkhwanazi, whom Mchunu had explicitly denied knowing earlier this year. Mkhwanazi says he has records, receipts, that show that Mchunu does actually know Brown Mkhwanazi. Mkhwanazi accused Deputy National Commissioner Shadrack Sibiya of taking away 121 active investigations from the Political Killings Task Team and then doing nothing with them. Allegedly, these active cases are just gathering dust in Sibiya's office. Allegedly, Sibiya did that on Police Minister Mchunu's orders, guys. So Mkhwanazi said all that and opened a criminal investigation into the Minister of Police. Again, a provincial police commissioner opened a criminal investigation into his boss, the minister in charge of policing. This is insane. Police Minister Mchunu then released a statement rejecting Mkhwanazi's claims as wild, baseless allegations. President Ramaphosa, who's in Brazil right now, called Mkhwanazi's claims a matter of grave national concern, security concern, and called on everyone to exercise discipline and restraint. Shadrack Sibiya, for some reason, maybe when he was not thinking very well, went on television and claimed that General Mkhwanazi had done nothing to investigate the murder of AKA Kiernan Forbes. And then the interviewer asked Sibiya if that meant that Mkhwanazi was obstructing justice in the AKA investigation, right? Because if you're not doing anything, you're obstructing justice. And then Sibiya backtracked, saying that Mkhwanazi had done nothing, but that didn't mean he was obstructing justice. And then ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula came on eNCA and criticized Mkhwanazi for going public with his allegations. And then later that night, because you know Mbalula loves to be on Twitter at midnight for some reason, he loves being on Twitter at midnight, folks. Him and Duduzile Zuma, they love a late night tweet. Mbalula later claimed that he hadn't criticized Mkhwanazi, but here is the exact quote, his exact words on eNCA last night. He said, quote, "It borders on lawlessness and a banana republic that a high-ranking police commissioner can basically go to television and make desperate and grave allegations in the way we have learned about them. And it borders on lawlessness and a banana republic because at the end of the day, we have got to do something about these things, and also the protocol and the discipline of the police command and control is very important." Does that sound like criticism to you? That sounds like criticism to me. That sounds like pretty clear criticism. And now we wait for Ramaphosa to come back from Brazil, where he's attending a BRICS summit, to find out what happens next. And people, this is truly an insane situation. I don't even have the words to describe to you how crazy this is. Powerful police are fighting with each other. Powerful politicians and business people are fighting with the police. And if Mkhwanazi said is true, and we don't know yet if what he said is true, then we are literally living in The Godfather Part 4. They're going to have to call Al Pacino and Robert De Niro back, get Marlon Brando out of his grave, and bring him over to South Africa to play all of these characters. Mkhwanazi has made powerful, dangerous enemies. Clearly, he decided that going public to the people was the best thing to do, and now we wait to see whether his evidence checks out. And we wait to see who will come for him, because believe me, folks, he's got a mark on his back now. We wait to see if other powerful SAPS officials come out and pick sides. We wait to see how the ANC responds, because remember, Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, is an ANC deployee. They appointed him as police minister. This has the potential to tear our police forces, justice system, and political landscape apart. And now I need to tell you that that is just one of at least 4 stories like this that we have to be watching right now. Because remember, as we covered recently on this show, 12 elite special forces soldiers from the SANDF have been arrested for, among other things, assassinating one of our country's top detectives, Frans Mothipa from the Hawks. Mothipa was investigating these same soldiers for potential crimes of abduction and kidnapping when he was shot twice in the head from a moving car on the N1 near Hammanskraal. He was driving. Both cars were moving fast, at least 100, 120. And someone highly skilled in the art of shooting shot him twice in the head in 2 moving vehicles and killed him. That is crazy. Army Special Forces doing the secret bidding of who knows who and killing detectives to cover up their tracks. That is also a terrifying news story. But wait, that's only 2 out of 4. Then there's the fact that head of police crime intelligence, Dumisani Khumalo, was arrested just days ago at OR Tambo Airport on corruption allegations. Allegedly, Khumalo is accused of abusing intelligence budgets unlawfully and appointing people to positions unlawfully within SAPS. So a top spy, a spook, is under arrest in a separate case from those elite soldiers I just told you. And wait, there's just one more. The final nucleus, I know you guys are running out of brain space. The final nuclear-sized bombshell is that it looks like in the coming days, the National Police Commissioner, Fani Masemola, might be about to be arrested for organizing the irregular purchasing of buildings for SAPS, including 2 boutique hotels. Why does SAPS need 2 boutique hotels? Man, I don't know. I know that's not getting on TV. So just to recap, 12 elite soldiers are under arrest for assassinating a detective who was investigating them. The head of crime intelligence has been arrested. The National Police Commissioner might be about to be arrested. And a provincial police commissioner claims to have evidence that the police minister is shutting down investigations into political killings on behalf of a criminal syndicate that involves big business people, drug cartels, police, prison services, prosecutors, politicians, and judges. Yo, I ran out of breath, people. Every one of these stories on its own would be scary and serious, but all 4 at once, it's terrifying. And I don't know about you, but I have this bad conspiracy theorist feeling that they're all connected. Like maybe it's indicating some significant internal war between different factions in our security forces and the centers of power. The people who have weapons, the people who can use violence to advance their interests and solve their problems. People, I love mafia movies. I love The Godfather. I love Batman. I love The Sopranos. But what I figured out this week is that I love watching mafia movies. I don't like being in one. And we are in one right now. And just like in a mafia movie, there's not much that we, the everyday people, can do, but wait and see what happens. You know that old phrase, when elephants fight, the grass suffers? Feels like that. One thing I know for sure is, to borrow a phrase from our Afrikaans brothers and sisters, hier kom groot